the ICT style one chart, one kill indicator, which is offered for various platforms on the TradingFinder site. From this section, you can access the indicator on the TradingView site. Additionally, traders can read this page to understand how the indicator works and operates. To access the indicator on the TradingView site, we search for the indicator's name in the Indicators section and execute it on the chart by selecting it. For quicker and easier access to the indicator, activate the Add to Favorite option and add it to your indicators. Once the indicator is executed on the chart, it begins to plot the highs and lows of the previous day on the price chart, and it looks for identifying liquidity levels on the price chart. The indicator one shot, one kill is developed based on ICT strategies, which emphasize concepts such as liquidity hunting, discount market, and premium market, focusing on precise price action analysis and market structure changes. This strategy helps traders identify key entry, and exit points from a structured trading model, and the main process of this strategy begins with a liquidity hunt. For example, in this section, a liquidity level has been identified for us. Initially, the price moves towards levels such as the previous day's high and low SAR to attract liquidity. Here it has moved towards the previous day's high and hunted a liquidity level for us, and then moved downwards when the strategy breaks and the price moves downwards. The market structure changes, which is considered a signal for entering a trade for us. At this stage, Fibonacci levels are drawn and traders can enter the trade at the 0.6 Heute Fibonacci retracement level. After that, they see the price has made a pullback to the 0.618 level and then continued its downward movement. In this section, the price has moved towards the previous day's low and has highlighted a liquidity level for us here. After that, it moved upwards and formed a resistance level for us. Following the break of the resistance level, Fibonacci levels have been drawn for us. Here we wait for the price to return to the 0.618 Fibonacci level, or the 50% Fibonacci level fees, and after that we can enter a buy or sell trade based on the strategy system in the settings section. In the input section, there are options available for us. In the first part, you can select the CISD settings, where you can choose the number of candles for identifying the CISD level. By default, it is set to 5 candles, and it checks the past 5 candles to identify the CISD level. In the next section, you can set the validity time of the CISD level, based on candles, which is by default set to 25 candles. You can increase or decrease this amount. In the following part, you can select the liquidity swing, where you can adjust the pivot swing period, which by default is set to 50. The more you increase this amount, the longer term swings it will identify, and the less you decrease it, the shorter term swings it will identify. In the next section, you can select the maximum number of candles to check in the past, which by default is set to all, and you can also choose the method to be in custom mode. If you select custom mode in the next section, you can change the number of candles to check in the past, which by default is set to 100 candles. In the last section, you can enable or disable the display of support and resistance levels. You can enable or disable the display of support and resistance levels. You can choose the color of the name and the color of the support and resistance levels themselves and change them to your desired color. You can enable or disable the display of support and resistance levels, along with the color of the lines, and you can enable or disable the display of all liquidity levels. You can enable or disable the display of liquidity levels. You can choose the color of these levels along with the color of the name, and finally you can enable or disable the display of low liquidity levels along with the name color and the drawing color of the level above. After that, by selecting the confirm option, you can save the related settings. Well friends, we have reached the end of this indicator tutorial. We would be happy if you share your comments and suggestions with us. In the comments section,